Hello, my name's Phil. Welcome to another episode of Vermont's 100 Covered Bridges. Today I'm at the Miller's Run Bridge, which is in Lyndon. So I finally made it to the Miller's Bridge, which is one of the most well-known, one of the most famous or infamous bridges in the state. This bridge is often on TV, but always for the wrong reasons. Here's a couple of clips to give you an example.
An historic covered bridge in Lyndon was heavily damaged today after a box truck nearly a foot taller than the bridge's allowable clearance plowed through, smashed it to pieces, and kept on going.
It's pretty incredible to see because, like myself, I have driven over that bridge dozens of times. You need to see this video yourself as well. Local 44's Devin Bates has more from Lyndon.
Security video from a nearby home shows the moment a delivery truck tears through Miller's Run Bridge in Lyndon, leaving behind extensive damage that forced officials to close it. A town select board member who arrived minutes after it happened described the scene.
When I pulled up, there was one car that wasn't able to make it across the bridge because of all the boards and nails that were laying on the bridge already. Both drivers got out and just got the boards out of the way so cars could go through.
People in the community say they're unfortunately used to tractor-trailer drivers trying to drive under this bridge, but this, they say, was a different case entirely.
This is the worst, obviously the worst incident in quite a while. Usually they just knock some boards off the front here, but this took out just about every one of the supporting beams overhead.
The driver worked for Upper Valley Produce based out of White River Junction, and earlier this afternoon, the company released a statement on its Facebook page saying it fired that driver. The incident is being evaluated.
The Miller's Run covered bridge is damaged again after being hit. Take a look. The Lyndonville Police Department shared this video. It happened on Tuesday morning when a white box truck drove through the bridge, damaging both sides. The driver stops and talks with someone in a gray pickup truck, then continues on toward Sheffield, Wheelock, and Interstate 91. The Miller's Run Bridge has been hit by trucks several times in the past.
It was originally built in 1878. It went through a complete restoration in 1995. And this was necessary to keep up with the demands of modern traffic. It was rebuilt using steel I-beams instead of the wooden beams. And the wooden trusses only support the weight of the bridge, not the actual traffic going over it. And when the bridge was rebuilt in 1995, there was one addition that was added that wasn't on the original, and that's the walkway where I'm walking on now, which is quite good because this is so busy on the other side that I certainly wouldn't fancy my chances walking across it. So what do we know about the bridge? It's 56 feet long and it's a queen post truss. You can see it there. Hopefully you can see it there behind me. If I move my head, well, I can't move my head. There's the queen post truss. It's funny how the further north I come, there seems to be more queen post trusses. There were no queen post trusses in the bottom four counties, which is, Bennington, Windham, Windsor, Rutland. But since I've come into Washington and here we are in Caledonia, seems to be a lot of queen post trusses. In 2024, another addition to the bridge was made, but not actually to the structure of the bridge itself. So to counter all the accidents that have happened to this bridge, the town decided to erect crash bars on either side of the bridge, and they were made by students from a local college. And guess what? A couple of months after they were installed, this happened.
Take a look at this. The Miller's Run bridge barrier took quite a beating after being hit on Monday, but just beyond it, the historic bridge stands without a scratch. The iconic Miller's Run Bridge has been crashed into more than a dozen times over the years because of drivers failing to obey traffic signage. This year, the bridge has been protected from damage despite 3 nearby crashes this summer. That's because of the barrier which was installed this past March. The deterrent cost the town $27,000, but the municipality is saving on labor. The barrier was damaged the most in Monday's crash. The metal beam bent, taking out some of the text, but the structure has held strong. And it's unclear how long it will take to fix the barrier. For now, traffic is able to pass through as normal. In Lyndonville, James Maloney, NBC5 News.
I certainly wouldn't like to hit that. Do you know what? Oh, I was going to say there's no cars coming. I'm going to run through the bridge, and then a car came. Well, I walked through the Windsor Bridge, which is the longest bridge in the state, and I did that without a foot passenger thing, so I'm going to do it here now. There's a car behind me, I can see that, but it's only 56 feet and I'm at the end. So I made it. And here, I call them goalposts. If you're into soccer, they're just big soccer goalposts. I'm not sure which one was hit. I'm assuming that one because it isn't straight. Whoops, whoops, and here we have almost had an accident. The guy didn't stop, he carried on going through. This one coming through. Not the, oh, exchanging words there. Anyway, welded by students, class of 2025. Yep, this car here nearly caused a crash. But yeah, it looks like it was this one that was certainly banged into shortly after erected. You can see the damage caused throughout on those support beams, because obviously the middle is higher, so it looks deceiving because the middle is higher, but you've got to get through and past those support beams. So let's go and take a look at what's below the bridge. Are you coming? Just got the bridge in the background, so I'm upstream trying to get to the abutment, and shades of the Furnace Brook and those bridges on the Otter Creek. It's just a mud bank, and again, knee deep in mud. I had to put the camera down, I toss it on the bank and use all them sort of bushes, the little branch on the bushes, to pull myself out. I am not going any further from here to the bridge, so we're gonna have to try and see what we can do on the downstream side. Could this be the first bridge that I failed to get underneath, a running water course. Let's see what I can find downstream. Well, this looks more promising. I say I hadn't seen this side of the bridge because the walkway was on the other side. But then, okay. So it looks like a slide down the backside job. Actually, I think I'll go this way. And here we are. Oh, okay. So, I made it under the abutment. Here you can see the steel I-beam girders that they had to add. I know the purists won't agree, but the traffic that this bridge has. So, yep, just similar abutments on both sides. They are very thin pieces of wood going across that bridge. And a shot of the bridge from downstream. It's amazing. It's so dry, and yet this is just mud. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Once bitten, twice shy. So, Miller's Run, a river. It's 11.8 miles long. Starts way back up there and near Sheffield, and not far. I think it's just somewhere around this bend. It joins the Passumpsic River. Apologies. Some of these bridges are in Lyndon, some are in Lyndonville. I know I should distinguish which are which, but Lyndonville. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for people who live in Lyndon and Lyndonville, but you're both getting a mention. There's 5 bridges between the two towns. So, time to get back up. It'd be nice if I could clean the boots before I drive off, but you can't dip the boots in here to wash them. So I've got 2 more bridges to go in the town. So let's go and make our way to bridge number 4. Thanks again for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed that. Again, hopefully those crash bars will prevent further accidents. Any accidents now will merely damage the vans rather than the bridge. So let's just hope that these drivers can see what they're doing before they go under it. Once again, thanks very much to the Vermont Covered Bridge Society for all their help and support. And we've got 2 more bridges to go in the town. See you next week in another episode. And I've just realised something as I was about to pull out, is that if my maths are correct, this is the last episode of 2025, and it should be episode 55. And so yeah, so not only will I see you next week in another episode, I'll see you next year in another episode. So all the best for 2026. Hope it's a good one. And from me, Happy New Year.